All right, good evening, everybody, and I welcome you to today's edition of Living for Impact with Femi Olasunkanmi. I want to bless the name of the Lord for seeing us through the month of September. Today is the last day of the month. We thank God for the end of the month and the end of the which at the same time is the end of this quarter, and tomorrow morning, saying in less than 3 hours now, we are going to be entering to the last quarter of the month, and it is my prayer that it's going to be a good one for us in the mighty name of Jesus. So I remain your host, Femi Olasunkanmi, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the last edition of the episode of this program titled Sound Mind for Leaders. And of course, I believe that you have actually been enjoying this program since we started. And the beginning of this month, we actually started looking at the topic Sound Mind for Leaders. And the first week, we had the first part, and we had part 2. Last week was part 3. And today, we plan to take the last part, which is part 4. So I trust that it's going to be a great moment for every one of us. So I want you to sit back and just enjoy yourself. My guest is close by, and we're going to really enjoy ourselves. I want us to just take a minute or two to share this program so that it can actually go viral. We want more people to enjoy this program. We want this program to reach more people. We want more people to benefit from this program. Please just feel free. Let's take 1 or 2 minutes to share it on our different platforms. Share it on WhatsApp, share it on Telegram, share it on everywhere you can share it. Just share it with your friends, share it. I want to do the same thing here. Share it to different groups. Share it to different groups. Now take your time to share it. Bless somebody. It's going to bless somebody. Take your time to share it. I believe it's going to bless somebody. Share it. Let's share it. Let's share it so that other people can actually benefit from it. Join us now. Share it and join us now. Put that topic. Put it there. Join us now. Let's do that. Let's take 1 more minute for us to share it. 1 more minute. 1 more minute for us to share it. 1 more minute for us to share it. Let's share it. Share it to different groups. Share it. Let's share it. Yeah, thank you for sharing. 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 Yes, thank you for sharing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for sharing. So we'll soon continue now. We'll soon continue now. All right. We'll soon continue now. Thank you for those that are sharing. Okay. So I believe all right. All right. So once again, let me welcome every one of us to this program. I'm trusting that any moment from now, my guest will join. So trust that my guest will join us any moment from now. And what we are actually looking at, I believe you know, is we are looking at the subject sound mind for leaders. And of course, the first 2 weeks, the first week, which is part one, we had Pastor Rotimi Peters talk to us on that topic, and it was explosive, you know. The second week, we had Ms. Joke Kujenya take us on that same topic, and it was powerful as well. The last week, we had Pastor Barry Edun, all the way from Lagos, also share with us on that topic. In fact, I don't know what I can call that session. It was superb. And today, I have my brother, my friend, Ifetayo Denny, trusting in that he will join us any moment from now so that we can wrap up this edition of Sound Mind for Leaders. You know, last week, before Pastor Adeba came in last week, I remember I was taking us through what I define, my own definition of sound mind. And I remember telling us that a sound mind is a mind, a sound mind is a healthy, productive, and progressive mind. It's a heart full of love and firmness. You know, if you are going to actually be successful in life, you actually need a sound mind. If you are going to lead and lead well, it takes sound mind to lead well. You know, it takes sound mind to lead well. It takes productive mind. It takes productive mind. It takes progressive mind. You know, it takes progressive mind, because leadership, a lot of things are involved. You know, a lot of vision casting, a lot of things are involved. And so thank God is here now. So and I believe he can hear me now. He's here now. So without wasting our time, I will just bring him up to the stage now. Just bring him up. Yeah, that's his face. You're
My
welcome.
brother,
How are
it's
you
been crazy today. Casa. I've been in Lagos since 1999. I've never experienced this kind of traffic today
oh
because,
wow.
a section of Tomiland Bridge was closed down. So since 4 o'clock, it took me 5 hours. That 5 hours, I will have traveled to Benin and be enjoying staying from
You said
Lagos
it.
to Benin is crazy,
I,
man. But we thank God
I
it's happening. And thank you for this opportunity.
thank God you are here. Thank God. Already live. You are live on Facebook
Okay.
and YouTube already. You are live already. Let me, sir.
Okay. Yes, I
You
can
are
hear you
live.
clearly.
All right. You are live on YouTube and Facebook now. Please, can you let's meet you? I want our audience to meet you. And who is Ifetayo Adeniyi? What the what do you do? What do you like? And things like that. Just in 1 minute, in 2 minutes, just tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Adeni Ifetayo, and celebrity journalist, and I love God because it's been the reason for my living. And I also much believe that if you decide to add value, regardless of what you meet in life, it will make a long way for you. And I used to say to people that your connection, your relationship is the best asset that can open doors for you anywhere, any day. And my slogan is very simple. If you are diligent in whatever you are doing, you will stand before the kings. And if you are consistent, oh my God, and you now partner God with your business, definitely we create a seat for you in the palace. When I mean palace, it means those decision maker, those that can influence your life. So I'm enjoying it. I'm happy I'm here. We're going to have a nice time today. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I know this we are doing today, you do it better. This is when it comes to something like this, you're actually a master. We thank God for your life. I know you have actually met, you deal with a lot of leaders as well in this nation. You have a lot of things to do with top politicians, the kings, and a lot of celebrities and a lot of leaders. So I believe you have seen a lot, and you must have learned a lot, which actually qualify you to share with us on this topic. So I will just leave you to the stage now, while you share your mind with us on this topic. At least for the next something like 30 minutes, you you are free. So you have the stage now.
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity once again. I'm not going to take it lightly. Even though I've been doing Instagram live chat, Facebook or YouTube, it's just because I was caught unaware because of the traffic of today. And as you said, we are talking about sound mind for leaders. And of course, in one way or the other, we are all leaders, especially even when you are married. Maybe you are leaders in your home, or a elder sister or elder brother to his or her siblings, or you are in the school or in an organization, you head a department. In one way or the other, we have a cause to lead some people. And if you don't have a sound mind, you might commit some error. You might make a lot of mistakes. And I want to share with us in the next few minutes, sound mind for leader. That what are those things that you can do that can even qualify you as a leader, or you are being regarded as a leader? What are those things that I've seen that work in the life of people that I also try to do, and it's been working for me? And that is what I want to share with us. First and foremost, I know we heard that they say leaders are the people that knows the way, they goes the way, and they also show the way. Or let me rephrase that: they say leaders are the people that knows the way, then they goes the way and show the way. So when you call yourself a leader, that means you must know than your contemporary at least. That's the minimum. And in the profession that I found myself, I read accounting, but I found myself in celebrity journalism. And as a journalist, they believe you must know everything, whether politics, whether marriage, whether finance, whether investment, because you can be asked question anytime. At least, like I used to say, as a leader, you must know at least a bit of everything. It's not a must. You must have your core area where you are pro, that even if they wake you up at 12 midnight or 1 a.m. and you are sleeping, you can dictate the whole thing. But being a leader, you must know a bit of everything. They used to say that no knowledge is wasted. So whatever you learn, there will be a day that it will be, you must apply it. And talking about when you said that I've mingled with the rich, the famous, the powerful, the politician, the king, and all the rest. And there are some certain things as a leader that you must bring to the table, and that is value. If you are a person who brings value to the table, who had value to your environment, who had value to a system, who had value to a friendship, before you know it, you'll be regarded as leader, you'll be regarded as an authority. And that is why most people, when they see me, mingle with some top-notch celebrity or the rich in quote. It's not just for me to be there. It's not just, oh, he's lucky. It is, what are you bringing to the table? Most of those rich men that we see, they are leader. Most of the leader, they need someone who can, solve their problem. They have enough problem. They have a lot of problem at hand. They want to solve. They have a lot of headaches. So if you come to them and you are adding to their problem, before you know it, they will build a wall that, in fact, when you call them 10 times, they will not even return your call. And don't say because this one is Dangote or $10, so because of that, I'm looking for a way to obtain from him. No. When you look for a way to add value to them, being a leader, as a leader, you must look for a way to add value to your follower. You must look for a way to add value to a relationship. You must look for a way, to make sure you are not part of the problem, but you are part of the solution. One of the things that have also worked for me, being a leader in my own field, or I'm just coming up, an upcoming leader, is that, God is the best businessman that you can partner with as a leader. Because he created all things. In fact, the Bible says the heart of a king is in the hands of God. You understand? So there are some information, I call them divine information. If you don't have access to those divine information, you just be living on the temporary. You just be going with the wind. You just be going with the situation of the things. But as a leader, you must have the time that you have a fellowship, a personal fellowship, where it is good we go to church on Sunday or there's a midweek service, but there should be a time you have a personal fellowship with God. You worship him, you praise him, you have a conversation. Then he gives you divine information. Even those people check the Bible. Most of those leaders that we have in the Bible is because they have access to divine information, which other doesn't have. And why? What qualified them? I'm not saying all of them. Most of the time, they are the people that set aside the time, that have a personal fellowship with God. And no wonder they are making impact in their community. They make impact within their time. They make impact even in nation. Even in their generation, they make an impact. And just like, thank God for your program, impact, living for impact, or impact for living. So it's all about making impact. And the best way you can make impact is when you think of, what should I bring to the table? What's going on now? Don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution. Also, if there's anything that I want to say for a leader, for you to have a sound mind, is that as a leader, you must not be troubled. I will take that again. As a leader, or an intending you want to be a leader, you must not let your heart be troubled. No matter the negativity, no matter the information. In fact, you'll be surprised, my brother. Sometimes when I hear some bad news, or whether on TV or newspaper or within me, I'll just smile. Because why? As a leader, I so much lay emphasis on what God is saying. Thank God the Bible says, whose report will you believe? Is it the report of the Lord, or is it your own report, or is it what somebody is saying? Someone said to me one time, I look at my page, that was when Nigeria entered recession. And he said, sir, you are not feeling this Buhari recession. And I told him, I said, my brother, my economic policy does not depend on President Muhammadu Buhari. My economic policy does not depend on Donald Trump. But my economic policy depends on God. It's God's economic policy. Yes, does that mean you have to believe God 100% and throw your brain away? No. And that is why the Bible also says faith without work is dead. So the thing is that for you to become a leader, you must infuse an insight from God's word. You must infuse an insight you got from a relationship or fellowship with God. You must infuse it with business tested principle. Then you will see that your result will be amazing. Your result will be amazing. Most of us, you want to send a message to a client, you want to talk to your people, you believe you have your experience. No. God is the teacher of all teachers. I'm not saying the pandemic that the whole world went through for a few months. A lot of people, they lost their job. There was a reduction in salary. In fact, a lot of people lost their life. But that's to show that even if every other thing fail, God will never fail. As a leader, you must constantly recharge your battery. And when I mean recharge your battery, that boils down to personal fellowship with God. And also, as a leader, you must also hear. You must hear what God is saying. You must hear what God is saying. It's just to buttress my point. And because most of us, we thought our knowledge can save us. Most of us, we thought our education. Have you wondered sometimes, maybe that your rich uncle, that your rich parent, or that your rich friends, it doesn't even look at your side, But because we put our hope in man, like the Bible say, vain is the help of men. Oh God, oh God. Sorry. Hello?
All right. So, sorry for that technical itch. And please, I want to say that every one of us, if you have questions, please feel free to post your question and comment. So I'll bring him up right away again.
Oh, sorry. All right. Okay. I was saying that as a leader, for you to, dominate while you have sound mind. Something about mind, I read a book called The Power of Mind. The Power of Mind. And that book, they did analysis that if there's a problem, and your first response is that, oh, I don't think there's going to be a solution. I don't think I can do it. The psychologist who wrote the book, he said that all your brain will be shut down to the impossibility. But immediately you face a challenge, immediately there is a problem, there's a chaos or something just happened within you, and you say, yes, I will do it. I can do it. Yes, I believe it's doable. He said that your brain will be open up to, your brain will be brainstorming, looking for solution, running here and there just to, think out of the box. And that is why, as a leader, it's not only your mind that runs riot. So you must be sharp at heart. And what do I mean when I say you need to be sharp at heart is that you must believe everything is doable. You must believe that whatever you set your heart to do, you can do it excellently and perfectly well. So And that is why I'm telling my audience, if you are listening to me, anytime there's a problem, that's why, sorry, even though I move with most politicians, I don't criticize, I don't grumble. Rather, even if I cannot pray for them, at least I can give a suggestion. Most time when you begin to abuse, when you begin to grumble, complain, your eyes will not be open to solution. Your mind will not be open to solution. But when you are looking at how can I be part of the solution, you'll be amazed with what will happen within the space of time. And also as a leader, for you have a sound mind, because you have a lot of people that you deal with. You must see what God is saying. You must see the way God sees things, because there are so many bad information. There are so many what's it called? There are so many negativity around us, but you must not see that way. So we used to say that if Jesus is here, what will he do in this kind of situation? And that is it. And also as a leader, because a lot of people look out for you for solution, a lot of people look out for you, for you to guide them. You must, even both your victory and your losses, you must share it with them so that they can learn from it. And most of the time, we only share the good part, and we don't share the sacrifice. We don't share the pains. We don't share the behind the scene, just to mentor them, so that in case they are confronted with that kind of situation, they will have their way of bailing themselves out. So, and as a leader who have a sound mind, I'm sure your sound mind should draw you to a good relationship. Relationship matter. Relationship matter is key. If you are not making it in life, if you are not making headway in your business or in your family or in your trade or anywhere you are, check your relationship. Relationship is not all about taking. What can I take from you? What can I get from you? I remember former American President John F. Kennedy. He said that when he was giving his inaugural speech, he said that don't think of what you can give to your country. Don't think of what your country can give to you. Think of what you can do for your country. Don't think of what your country can do for you. What he's saying, always be a man of value. You are bringing value. What can I do? How can I help the situation? And so that is one thing that you must have at the back of your mind. And besides, as a leader, you must not tolerate fear. Even the Bible says he has not given us the spirit of fear, but the spirit of boldness and of sound mind, that we cry about Father. So anywhere you are as a leader, you must not tolerate fear, because a lot of destiny, revolve around you. The decision you make, you affect a lot of people, from either they will fulfill or whether they will fulfill their own destiny or not. So those are the things that as a leader, you must have a sound mind. You must not be fearful. You must not let your heart be troubled. Thank God for the word of God. It declares in John chapter 14 verse 1. John chapter 14 verse 1, it says, let not your heart be troubled. Believe in me, and also believe in God, and also believe in me. Jesus Christ was the one talking then. When you believe what God is saying, you will excel. You will excel as a leader. You will excel as a leader. And I remember there was a time I went for an event for one of the richest men in Nigeria, and it got to a point that I was just giving him my service. I didn't even ask him whether I'm going to collect a penny or something. Just had service, had value to him. And guess what? Even by the end of the man, when he saw me, he said, oh, you have done a wonderful job. The service has to prepare, something has to come out. I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to say. Something must definitely has to come out. But let me give an example. Do it this way. If I call someone today, the person sees my call, maybe and sees other 100 people, he sees their missed call. Will the person return my call? So if you can answer that question, it will help you a lot in how to repair your relationship, because relationship matter. You must nurture it, you must give to it. I usually tell people that I thank God that before I could ask you for 1 naira, God in his infinity love and mercy will have used me to provide or to add value to you in different ways. So even if I'm saying, oh please, I need a help or a support, you'll be willing gladly to do it for me. So, and most of these people, one thing that I want some of our leaders to know is that a Rome was not built in a day. A Rome was not built in a day. Yes, you might have the word. Yes, you might have the influence. But if you have not paid your dues, my brother, forget it. If you are not paying your dues, forget it. The first time Dangote was announced as the richest man in Africa, because I read a book, and for our young guys, I want them to read it too. They said 11 commandments of Dangote. That's 11 commandments of Dangote, or 11 commandments of money. It's all about Dangote. They said the first time he was announced as the richest man in Africa, and somebody walked up to him, one of his mentees, and said, sir, you can now rely, at least you are the number one in Africa. He told him no. He said, when you become first in your class, next time, what will you do? The guy said, well, we need to study more so that to maintain the tempo. He said, yes. He said, this call for hard work. And he also added, he said, son, do you know that it took me 30 years to get to this point? The Dangote we are shouting today. So a lot of our young leaders, especially young leaders, they want to compare themselves. Let me, for example, now, I'll pick one from business world, I'll pick one from the ministry world. Some of our young leaders these days, they want to be Adeboye of now. But they don't know the years, the sacrifice, the devotion that it took the man before he became one of the 100 influential people in the world. He has paid his due. And just like in the business world, somebody say, I want to be Dangote, or I want to be, and Dangote said it took him 30 years. How many of us ready to put in, those 30 years of sacrifice, of serving, of adding value before you finally be recognized? It's not something that you just achieve in a day. So it takes time. I used to tell young people, don't worry your time. In fact, sometimes I used to joke just to, to spy them up. I'll tell them and say, do you know that, don't worry, all these Dangote, they will soon enter menopause. So you calm down, just calm down, farabale. When you get to your point, but now don't say, I want to be like Dangote. It's good to aspire high, but it's not that with your position now, you have not handled half of what Dangote has handled. You have not, the kind of pain, the kind of devotion. At least I read the book written by Pastor Deboye, where he said there was a day there's no meat for them to eat, no single meat. Then they just got to redemption camp. And what happened that day? So he wanted to prepare the mind of the children to tell them that there's no meat. So he now said he wanted to tell them a story about the okra meat. And he took them on a walk, and he was telling them in those days, okra meat is used to be sweet, that they chop out the head, they chop the tail, they cook it with the soup or bealasepo, so that when you are eating, maybe with your swallow, and when it is time to take meat, it's the okra that you pick. So he was preparing them before the dog that was walking with him, dashed into the bush and caught a squirrel. So, and he brought the squirrel and he took it from the dog, and that was how they had the meat that night. But the children, they were expecting the okra meat. They said, Daddy, what about the okra meat? He said, don't worry, next time, okra meat will come. And he told us there was a time that because of 3 naira, he could not drive from Redemption Camp to Lagos, because the headquarters used to be is in Lagos then, and even till now. So because they need to pay, I think 3 naira at the toll gate, and there will not be money. So he endured, he never gave up. But now he's enjoying it. So people will not know that these people, they really put in a lot of sacrifice. So for our leaders or young leaders, so to say, you must know that you need to put in the work. You need to put in the what would I call it? The hello, hello.
Hello?
Yes. Oh, sorry. I don't know whether you can hear me. That was a break in transmission. Okay, so for our leader, if another thing I want to say for you to have a sound mind is that you must be a man of book. As in, when I mean a man of book, you must give a devotion to reading. You must read. You must read about the people, the kind of people that they've been to where you aspire to go to. You understand? So you must read about them, read their biography, what they did. Thank God there was a time I went to Pastor Adeboye first house at the redemption camp, and in the gallery he said something that struck me, and that thing also changed my life, and it's good for our leader. He said if a 70 years old write a book, he will put all he has learned for that 70 years into that book. And if you, as a young person, pick that book and you read it, let's say within 3 weeks or a month, so that means the experience that it took a 70 years old man, what took him in his lifetime, you can absorb it maybe within 2 weeks, or for fast reader, or within a month. And that knowledge is being imparted in you. A lot of us, we don't read now. A lot of us, we don't read. We just want garbage in and garbage out. We don't read. And they said the readers are leaders. You must give yourself to reading, especially inspirational book. Those people that you think you desire what they have, even to go beyond them. If they have a book, read about them. They will share their story with you. And by the time you have all that, then you are ready to go places. And also another thing that have helped me in this journey is that there's always a gatekeeper in every home, in every house, in every businesses. What I mean by gatekeeper, even a gate man. Don't just be a friend to the rich alone. Be a friend to even to their PA, to their gate man. But there will be a day that you will need them. That's all about relationship. And also another thing that I want to share with our listener, our viewer, is that you must have your own quiet time. Most of us, when we have plan, is when we plan it, that's when we go back to God. No. Okay, the plan comes to you, go to God in prayer, get an information how to go about it. That's the best way. So you will have some kind of revelation. Another thing that I do that I want to share with people is that when you live a life of worship, when you live a life of praising God, you will receive some information, some ideas. God will pay you a visit. Even in John chapter 4 verse 23 to 24, it says, now the hour cometh, when true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. So when you worship God, God will come and pay you a visit. You can decide to pray to God in the morning. You can choose to answer. You can choose to hear and respond. You can choose to hear and not respond. He's supreme. He's a sovereign God. Nobody can question him. But when you worship God, he's not going to send a man. He's not going to send an angel. He will come down by himself. And one thing I noticed, that when God visits a man, he will never leave such a man the same way he met him. He will always, come with a gift. He will always come with an addition. He will always come with an information that will transform your life. So in a place of worship, a leader, the reason why I'm saying all this is because I've seen it work, and is a tested spiritual principle. Part of my slogan, I said, when you involve God in your business, when you partner your business with God, you will be amazed. You will be amazed. You will be amazed. I remember a man asked me to do something for him in Abuja, and I could have charged the man about 5 figures. So I just said, I just look up to God. Daddy, what should I do? And I heard about 7 figures in my ear, so I know I heard correctly. And I told the man. To my amazement, the man, he said, well, no problem, he's going to give me half as a deposit, that once I'm done, will balance me and dash me extra one. So that's God for you. But most of us, we remove God out of the equation in our business, in our ministry, in our career, thinking that we have experience. I was sharing with a Uber taxi driver yesterday. I said, so many of us, I was using him as an example because we are exchanging words. Because you have experience in this job, most of the time we don't seek God counsel anymore. That if you can take a time to seek God counsel concerning your job, even despite the fact that you have 20 years, 15 years, 10 years experience, you'll be amazed with the kind of revelation that you will get. So in a place of worship, God reveals so many things to us. And I think my time is up. Please, if you can hear me, you can come back online. And that's it. And those people that you see me with, I always add value to them. I want to help them solve their problem. And as a leader, you must think. Whoever comes your way, they didn't just come by accident. Even if God wants to bless a man, He will always send people. He will always send something to come your way. So depending on the way you manage it, these people in my life, why is he there? So what should I do for him? When you are looking for a way to solve people's problem, then you see that people will tend to follow you. So thank you. I think if there's any other question, I can take it. And if there's any other thing, and sorry, this is not where I used to do my Instagram live, but because the traffic was so much, so I just want to get set before the time. I'm sorry for coming late. I don't want to blame the traffic, even though I spent almost 5 hours. So, living for impact with Femi Olasunkanmi is good. Once you wake up this morning, who should I impart? What value should I add? You'll be amazed that people will be looking for you. They will be looking for you. Once they see your missed call, they will call back, or they will send you a message back. And from there, there's another concept that I used to use as well. If I'm meeting a new client for the first time, maybe in an event, I introduce myself. Let's say, for example, I meet one of the richest businessman, and the first thing I will do is that once I leave him or I get his contact, the first thing is, what can I do for this man? That has been my thinking as a leader. As a leader, all those things should be coming. What should I do? What can I do to impact life? What can I do to help people solve their problem? By the time you solve their problem, the ego will come. Yes, because the river will always flow back to the source. The ego will come. I've seen it work. Even I won't mention name. I was doing that thing for the person. The person was like, young man, send me your account. Almost 3 times. Send me your account, because I just decided to add value. So that's just all about. No wonder God told us, He said, give, it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaking together. I think as a leader, even young leader, your mind should be all about, what should I give? What should I give? What should I give? All about giving. By the time it's coming, it will be pressed down, shaking together, and running over. So, and that's just it. And also, as a leader, you must be specific in your request. And when you are specific in your request, and our God is always there to give you more than enough, because He's the all-sufficient God. So My brother, just come up, come online, let's have a chat, let me see your face. It's over 20 years since 1999. Ah! Thank God for the technology, and also as a leader, don't be rigid. Embrace technology. Even though so many people are doing some nasty things about it, but you see the good part of it and use it. So that's just it. Thank you for this time. In fact, maybe we're going to do this. I'm sorry that I came late. I'm sorry that it wasn't as planned, but I thank my host, that's Pastor Femi Olasunkanmi, for this opportunity to share a few things with our audience. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Oh, hello. So, in a summarize, one, as a young leader, so to say, for you to continue to renew your mind, because that was what the Bible said, that continue to renew your mind. One of the best ways that you must give yourself to reading. You must read a lot of books, read a lot of articles. You will need them tomorrow. There's no wasting knowledge. Definitely you will apply it. I remember that the Jew was sharing with us that he was asking God, when you know that I'll become a pastor, why did you allow me to go and study mathematics? He said God told him and said, so that you can preach mathematically. So that's just it. Um, and also read, whether your mentor study. Is all about what am I going to give. Always think of, let me be part of the solution. What can I do? What can I do? That question, keep asking yourself. Let me just share this. It happens tonight. Nigeria will be 60 tomorrow, as in our independence. And about was it 5 days ago? Was about a week ago? And I'm like, what can I do? The thing just, I begin to think, what can I do? Another person remind me, independence is coming. And I said, oh, okay. And an idea came up, and I, designed one or two adverts. I sent it out, and one or two people gave the approval, but I had to do the designing. I had to come with the concept. I had to come with what people need. So that's just it. You must be thinking out of box, that what can I do? Even if they said that there's going to be a lockdown, the question is, what can I do? That how can I solve? How can I make an headway? And always go back to recharge. That is, have a personal fellowship with God in the place of prayer. As a leader who need to, you need to renew your mind. You need to do it in a place of prayer as well, and insight from the Word of God. When you do that, you can't miss your way. No, you can't miss your way. All right. I don't know. Where's Pastor Femi? Um. Oh. Yeah. Oh.